The agriculture industry is one of the most profitable sectors in the world. Each country is fighting for a piece of that multi-million-dollar pie, hoping that their products and crops can dominate the market. But in this hemisphere, which is made of small island states, our low budgets and small lands are not enough to truly dominate a market, but it is enough if the right market is targeted. And this is what the Grenada government is doing through the Ministry of Agriculture. Crops like soursop has become a niche market for export and is doing well. Now, the experts in the ministry are looking at the fruit coconut. Since 1992, research has proven that in Grenada, the coconut industry was dying a slow death, listing poor market, lack of vibrant research, and low yields as contributing factors. And if this wasn't a hard enough blow to the industry, Hurricanes Ivan and Emily did a number on the sector, destroying a grave percentage of the coconut trees. In June 2016, Grenada, through collaborated efforts of the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, ICA, and the Mexican government, received 1,300 tissue culture coconut plants geared towards rehabilitating the coconut industry. Former Agriculture Minister Roland Bola was very instrumental in the process.
Important as a means of providing employment and a means of sustenance for those people who were prepared and willing to farm coconuts, but more importantly, as was explained by the Honorary Council, for its medical properties. Yes, we know that in Grenada we continue to plant what we have, but we see what the results are, especially for the shorter variety, what we refer to commonly in Grenada as the dwarfs. We'll plant them, we may get 2 or 3 crops from it, and then they suddenly die.
We have seen almost a total demise of the industry in Grenada. I mean, for those of us who are probably 35, 40-ish now, knew or still knows or understand the importance of the coconut in our diet and in our industry. In fact, we had a coconut industry here well established before in the 70s and 80s. That produce oil and soap.
The new planting material or the clean planting material is highly resistant to lethal yellowing. Lethal yellowing has destroyed a number of coconut plantations in the Caribbean region. And we hope by having this disease-resistant planting material, it could really drive the rehabilitation process in Grenada.
This mega coconut plant is disease resistant, especially to the insect-borne fruit disease called lethal yellowing. Grenada received 4 different varieties of the plant, including short and tall trees. The plants are housed at the Maribor Propagation Station and have to pass through several stages before they can be distributed to the farmers.
We are at the stage now, approximately 4 months later, where we have moved the plants from the initial acclimatization stage, which would have been a greenhouse, now to a shade house. So we have started the second phase of our acclimatization process, and that would take the plants up to, say, May, June next year, when we are earmarked for distribution.
However, boosting the industry must be market and demand driven.
You walk into the store, any little village shop that would sell a coconut, and you would seldom get a coconut for less than $5. Yes? I'm happy for those who have and can sell. It seems like they're taking in a good something there, but I would rather prefer if we have more being produced, so at least we can get it at a reasonable price.
In the industry so far, in the Caribbean, we should say, regionally, there is a demand for coconut. As a matter of fact, between 2008 to now, the trade in coconut and coconut products in the region has increased by about 230%.
Yeah, we use coconuts per door from Mexico. They came and make sure the plants are ripe. Okay, we settle them down for the Ministry of Agriculture to take care of them. So this has been a few months ago now, and I think for the plants to be mature and be ready to be given away, it takes about 2 years, I think.
Just last year, we received a request from a U.S. manufacturer for about 25,000 liters of coconut oil, virgin coconut oil, for 2015. And they were hoping that once we could supply that volume, it's going to expand going forward.
Meet Miles, a small business owner of Paddock, St. George's, who bottles coconut water daily. For him, it is a task sourcing the coconuts. However, because of the demand for the cold beverage and the profit he makes, he's happy that the government is doing more to boost the industry.
I just happened to enter this business, and I get to like the profit from it. So I'm into it full time now. Majority of customers prefer the bottle for convenience-wise, they grab and go, and the nut is inconvenient. You can't put it in your handbag. With the bottle you put it in your handbag and you move along, and you get your nutritional value still.
Hotelier at the True Blue Bay Resort, Magdalena Filden, explains how her hotel incorporates fresh coconut water in their breakfast menu.
Coconuts are very, very exotic for people that don't live in the tropics. And I know when people come here for breakfast, we try to give them natural things that grow here. We are great believers in True Blue of using our natural resources to showcase Grenada. And one of them we decided to give our guests coconut water, and they love it. In the morning we have a big tray where we have all the coconut water, and people just can come and pick it up and drink it, and it's very healthy.
As plans are ongoing to rehabilitate the coconut industry, consideration must also be given to the benefits it will inject into the economy.
We hope that in time to come, within a few years, it wouldn't happen overnight. Within a few years, farmers going to have good, clean planting material, which are high yielding and disease resistant.
A 1992 seminar in Jamaica, which analyzed the research and development of the industry within the Caribbean, made some recommendations to Grenada's authorities, which included improvement in agronomy strategies and training. Did Grenada finally heed to the call? Mexican and ECO officials are facilitating training for extension and nursery officials to better equip them with the skills necessary to nurture the plants before they mature enough for distribution.
But germplasms will be established on the government control compounds, so we can do further propagation by growing the nuts and then selling, even continuing with a program, replanting program of making the plants available to the farmers.
But there are some challenges. Assistant Manager of the Propagation Station, Nigel Gibbs, highlighted some of the challenges they experienced at the beginning of the acclimatization process.
We have had several challenges. Well, first of all, on arriving, when the plants were bought and shipped to Grenada, there was a delay time in transshipment of about 7 to 8 days. And that, when the plants came, they had experienced some shock, environmental shock. Secondly, the protocol that we had to follow based on our climatic condition was a very strict one. But nevertheless, we were able to have maybe about 60% now of survival rate of those coconut plants.
Many are hopeful that the efforts of the Grenada government will go a long way in ensuring that the coconut industry recovers so that it can continue to promote growth within the agricultural sector. For State of Affairs, I am Rickisha St.